All right, let's just dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a device that is literally bursting with tech, the brand new Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. We're going to take that super dense, kind of overwhelming spec sheet and translate it into what it actually means for you every single day. So if you're the kind of person who just wants to cut through all that marketing jargon and figure out the real-world value of your tech, well, you're in exactly the right place. We're actually going to kick things off with one massive number. 7. And no, that's not just some random stat. It represents 7 full generations of OS upgrades and 7 years of security updates. Honestly, just think about that for a second. It completely changes the math on how long you're going to keep your next phone, right? It shifts it from, a disposable gadget you swap out every year into a serious long-term investment. To make sense of all this, we've broken this explainer down into 4 parts. First, the slimmer design and bigger display. Second, the Galaxy AI experience. Third, those upgraded cameras and the Pro Visual Engine. And finally, power, performance, and longevity. Let's get to it. Okay, part 1, slimmer design, bigger display. Let's talk about the physical feel of this thing. So looking at the evolution from the S24 FE, it's actually pretty fascinating. The S25 FE slims right down to 7.4 millimeters and drops its weight to just 190 grams. That officially makes it the thinnest and lightest FE phone Samsung has ever made. Now, I know what you're thinking. A 23-gram difference sounds tiny, right? But trust me, that makes a massive difference in everyday comfort, especially during a long commute, a never-ending phone call, or, when you're just endlessly scrolling in bed. It really is this perfect balance of form and function. You've got this gorgeous 17.11 centimeter FHD Plus display, super thin bezels, plus that buttery smooth 120 hertz refresh rate. But here's the kicker, it's not just a pretty face. This thing is built like a tank. It's wrapped in Corning Gorilla Glass Victus Plus, rocking an enhanced armor aluminum frame, and it's got an IP68 rating for dust and water resistance. Basically, it's going to survive your daily bumps, those accidental coffee spills, and sudden downpours, all while still looking incredibly sleek. Moving right along to part 2, the Galaxy AI experience. We're jumping from the hardware in your hand straight into the software brain of this phone. Now, I really want to emphasize this. These features aren't just trendy tech buzzwords. This is a super practical toolkit for your everyday grind. Like, you've got Browsing Assist, which can instantly summarize and translate massive web pages in seconds. Writing Assist is there to polish up your grammar and make sure your tone is absolutely spot on for those important emails. Then there's Audio Eraser, which literally wipes out background noise from your recordings, making it a total lifesaver in a loud cafe. Oh, and Gemini Live lets you have natural spoken back and forths to get info in real time. The whole shebang is designed to just make your life vastly more efficient. And the best part is how naturally all this intelligence fits into what you already do. Take Circle to Search, for example. It is insanely intuitive. Seriously, step 1, long press the home button. Step 2, literally just circle or tap anything on your screen. Could be text, an image, a video, whatever. And step 3, boom, instant results powered by Google AI. So you're watching a travel vlog and want to identify a cool landmark, or maybe translate a foreign menu. You can do it all without ever leaving the app you're in. Okay, here's another absolute everyday lifesaver, Generative Edit. It's an AI photo tool that lets you move or completely erase objects, and it seamlessly fills in the background behind them. We've all been there, right? You snap what you think is the perfect picture, only to realize some random person photobombed you in the background. Well, with this, you just circle the person, hit erase, and the AI flawlessly rebuilds the scenery behind them. It's like they were never even there. Real magic, honestly. All right, on to part 3, upgraded cameras and Pro Visual. Let's demystify exactly what's making your photos and videos pop. Right off the bat, there is a major upgrade literally staring right back at you. We're talking a direct 20% resolution bump for the front camera. So it goes from 10 megapixels on the S24 FE up to 12 megapixels on the new S25 FE. What does that actually mean for you? Well, it translates to much richer, more vibrant tones and way finer details in your selfies and video calls. Now, looking at the back, instead of getting completely bogged down in all those aperture numbers, the main takeaway here is this highly versatile triple camera setup. You've got a massive 50-megapixel main sensor. That's your go-to for crystal clear everyday shots. Then there's a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, which is perfect for sweeping landscapes or trying to squeeze a huge group of friends into one photo. And rounding it out is an 8-megapixel telephoto lens with a 3x optical zoom, so you can get right up close to the action without your image turning into a blurry mess. But hey, great hardware is only half the story, right? Samsung uses this fancy marketing term, the Pro Visual Engine, to describe their software magic. But here's the practical application. Think of it as this insanely powerful automatic low-light filter. It works in real time to boost color accuracy, sharpness, and contrast. Basically, it drastically cuts down on that ugly grain and noise you usually get in nighttime videos, so your late-night memories stay super sharp and colorful, which is exactly why they call it nightography. And that brings us to our final section, Part 4, Power, Performance, and Longevity. Let's pop the hood and see what's actually driving this thing. So, running the show is Samsung's flagship Exynos 2400 Deca-core processor. And let me be clear, this is not some watered-down chip. It is delivering absolute high-end performance, and that actually includes hardware-based ray tracing. Now, if you're a mobile gamer, you know what a big deal this is. You're getting next-gen, crazy realistic lighting and shadows right in the palm of your hand. It makes gameplay look absolutely stunning and run ultra-smooth. Of course, all that intense processing power is inevitably going to generate some heat, which brings us to a very important number, 13%. The S25 FE has a vapor chamber that is 13% larger than the last model. It's a fantastic solution for thermal management. It effectively stops your phone from turning into a mini space heater, which means no more annoying performance throttling when you're deep into a graphic-heavy gaming session. And better heat management directly impacts your battery life, giving this phone some serious endurance. We're talking about a 4,900 milliamp hour battery here, which is rated for up to 28 hours of video playback. That's huge. And when you finally do run out of juice, the 45-watt fast wired charging can rocket you from 0 to 65% in just 30 minutes. So even if you are a super heavy user, that massive battery combined with the lightning fast charging is definitely going to get you through even your longest days. Which ties us right back to the beginning of our explainer, that unbelievable commitment to longevity. 7 full generations of OS upgrades and 7 years of security updates. Honestly, when you pair that totally unprecedented software promise with the built-in Knox Fault data encryption, which, by the way, totally isolates your sensitive passwords and biometrics, it just means your investment is rock solid. It's fully protected, both functionally and securely, for the long haul. Now, if you're sitting there dreading the actual hassle of moving all your stuff to a new phone, don't be. The transition is practically painless. With Samsung's Smart Switch app, you just connect your old iOS or Android phone, either wirelessly or with a cable. You pick out the contacts, photos, messages, and apps you want, and it securely zips your entire digital life over in just minutes. There's zero need to worry about starting over from scratch. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a little something to chew on. With hardware that's literally built to take a beating, thanks to that armor aluminum and water resistance, plus a software brain that's guaranteed to evolve for 7 full years, has the pressure to buy a new phone every single year finally disappeared? I mean, devices like this are making an incredibly strong case for holding onto your tech a whole lot longer. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this helped you decode what all those dense specs actually mean for your day-to-day life. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.